Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear student, assalamu alaikum. This is our 27th lecture uh, on advanced stereochemistry, and today we will discuss some practice problem on homo, enantiomer and diazotopic ligand phases, groups and atoms. We have discussed a lot about the homotopic, enantiotopic and diazotopic today our learning objectives of today lectures are enantiotopic ligands, enantiotopic phases, diazotopic ligands and phases, NMR, and some practice problems which you will solve. Practice problems, homo, enantio and diazotopics. In the previous lectures we talked about homeotopic, enantiotopic, diastereotopic and constitutionally heterotopic protons. As I have discussed that we have discussed a lot in our previous lectures about the types of protons, stereoprotons, which are present in the compounds in the structures, that which is homotopic and which is enantiotopic and which is diastereotopic and which is constitutionally heterotopic protons. In short, these are all about whether a set of proton is in the same environment or not, and for the NMR purpose it helps us determine the number of signals we should expect for a given molecule, because as I have discussed that nuclear magnetic spectroscopy play an important role to discriminate, to distinguish between the homotopic, enantiotopic and diazotopic protons, because as I have discussed that the enantiotopic protons have same chemical shift value. Why they are same chemical shift value? The reason behind is that they are magnetically equivalent, because when the protons are resonating in the magnetic nucleus, they resonate at equal frequency in case of enantiotopic. But I have asked one thing, that if we are using some chiral solvents, then the chemical shift value of the two protons can be different, because every solvent has its own effect while taking NMR. It is fundamental fact and it is very important for you people. You must understand that when we are going to do some spectra of organic compounds, then you will get some variation in peaks in chemical shift values when you are going to choose different solvents, because every solvent give different chemical shift value at optimum temperature. That is why NMR spectroscopy help us to determine the number of signal we should expect for a given molecules. Read this article for more detail if you need to, and if you are ready, scroll down whatsoever they have written, that if you want to know about a lot about the NMR, you have to read some articles on it. Remember, you have two methods for determining whether the protons are homotopic, enantiotopic and diazotopic and constitutionally heterotopic. First and the probable easier, the first method is the check of symmetry elements according to the flow chart, which I have discussed the symmetry criteria, and then we have discussed the addition substitution criteria. On the basis of these two methods, we determine whether the proton is homotopic, enantiotopic, or diastereotopic. Means basically we implement we employed two basic methods to determine the relationship of the geminal protons. Geminal protons are protons which are present on the same carbon atom, and on the prochiral center. Today I will discuss about pro S and pro R as well. That is why our first method is the symmetry criteria. First method was the addition substitution criteria, and second method was the symmetry criteria. This is the flow chart which I was asking you, that in symmetry, if you see the axis, if you see the compounds axis, if it contains axis, yes, then they are homotopic, means they are plane of symmetry, the planar molecules. If there is no axis, then you check plane. If plane is yes, then you see that the protons are enantiotopic, but chemical equivalents they will give only one signal in NMR. If there is no plane, then not equivalent, you will get two signals, means they are diastereotopics. This is the simple flow chart diagram through which you can implement the concept of symmetry, because when you are going to see the molecules, you have to observe whether it contain axis or not. If it contain axis, then it is homotopic. If it does not contain axis, then it contain plane. If plane, if it contain plane, then they are enantiotopic. If there is no plane, then they are non-equivalent, and you will observe two signals because they are diastereotopic. The second method is used if you are in doubt about the symmetry or its absence in the molecules at this, and this method of replacing hydrogen with another element. The same substitution addition criteria. If replacing two protons with a different group gives the same compound, the protons are called homotopic. How to test if two protons are homotopic? You can see that the proton HA and HB, if you are going to replace HA with X and HB with X, then you have to see that the two molecules, the product of two molecules similar, they are identical molecules. The two molecules are identical, rotate 120 degree around the CC bond. Replacing any other hydrogen will result in the same molecule as well, they are homotopic. From the example, it's very clear that when we are going to replace any one hydrogen, say HA or HB, with any atom or group of atom which can replace this proton, and after getting two product, we just rotate around the CC bond at about 120 degree, and then we set a relationship between the molecule. We see that what we observe, that whether the molecules are superimposable, mirror image. If they are superimposable mirror image, then they are identical molecules. If they are non-mirror image, non-superimposable, then they are not identical compounds. If they are non-superimposable, non-mirror image, then diastereomer. If they are superimposable but non-superimposable but mirror image, then we say that the compounds are enantiotopics. The atoms HA, HB can be enantiotopic. But here, when we have replaced the protons then we have observed that the two protons are homotopic because after rotation around the CC bond we have got the identical product. That is why the two products are equal, identical. That is why the proton HA and HB are homotopic in nature. If replacing two protons with a different X gives a pair of enantiomers, the protons are called enantiotopic. When you are going to replace the two protons with different groups and you are getting pair of enantiomers, here is how to test if two protons are enantiotopic. Let's say this is HA, this is HB. When you are going to replace HB with X and HA with X, now you can build a relationship between the two products which are obtained. You can see that the both products are mirror image but non-super. Now how can you do this? आप इस molecule को uplift करें, just pick the molecule and put on this molecule, or pick this molecule and put on this molecule. You will see that the compounds are non-superimposable, just like our hand. Because our hands are non-superimposable, our hands are enantiomers but they are mirror image. Here is the same case, the compounds are mirror image but non-superimposable. The proton A and B are enantiotopic since replacing each gives a pair of enantiomers. Because किसी एक को replace करने से हमें pair of enantiomer मिलता है. That is why we say that proton HA, HB are enantiotopic. If replacing two protons with different group gives a pair of diastereoisomers, the protons are called diastereotopic. If you are going to replace two protons with different groups and you are giving a diastereoisomers, the protons are called diastereotopic. How to test if two proton diastereotopic? This is the example. You can see that here proton HA and HB, but you can see in the nearby there is a chiral center. I have given you a concept that if a substance, if a structure contain any nearby chiral center, then the replaced hydrogen with any groups can result in the formation of diastereoisomers because another chiral center is generated. When the molecule contain already a chiral center and other chiral center is generated, then what you do, you calculate the configuration of this chiral center and this chiral center similarly, and you do the calculation of this chiral center and this chiral center. When you see that you are getting different configuration at different chiral centers, then the configuration of different chiral center with different configuration, the relationship between them is that they are diastereoisomers. This substance and this structure both are diastereoisomers, hence proton A and B are diastereotopic since replacing each gives a pair of diastereoisomers. हम दोनों में से किसी एक को replace करेंगे, then we will get a pair of diastereoisomers because the compounds already contain a nearby chiral center and other chiral center is generated, and when we will calculate the configuration, then we will observe and we will calculate different configuration at different chiral centers. That is why the relationship between the two is that they are diastereoisomers. That is why the proton HA and HB are diastereotopic protons. And if replacing two proton gives two constitutional isomer, the protons are said to be constitutionally heterotopic or simply heterotopic protons. Let's say this is a structure of benzene and cyano group is placed, cyanobenzene. This is one proton, this is another proton. Now all the protons in the benzene have different magnetically different environment because we get multiplied in NMR. When you are going to replace this proton, you are getting meta product, and when you are going to replace this product, you are getting a para product. This is very clear that two products are totally different. One is meta substituted and other is para substituted. That is why the protons which are highlighted with red colors, the two protons are heterotopic because we are getting different products when any of the proton is replaced with any other group of atoms. We got different products. That is why the two protons are heterotopic. Why they are heterotopic? Because the two products are different. Why they are constitutional isomer? There is bond connectivity. Here connectivity is at meta position, here connectivity as the para position. That is why they are called constitutionally heterotopic, or simply we can say the heterotopic. हम इनको constitutional भी कह सकते हैं. Constitutional mean bond connectivity का होता है, mean constitutional heterotopics हैं, but simply we can say the heterotopic as well. Here is a practice for each of the following compounds. Determine whether the two protons shown in red are homotopic, enantiotopic, or diastereotopic. If you can see that there is here the two protons, they have different environment. This is the prochiral center. I am giving you hints. Here is prochiral center. Replacing any one proton result in a chiral center. When you will get two different products, the configuration will be different. Then the two protons may be heterostereotopic. If they are stereotopic, means they can be hetero. If they are hetero, then we will see the product whether it contains a chiral center. Then we say that the two are enantiomers. Then we can say that the two protons are enantiotopic. Similarly, in B, it contains a nearby chiral center. This is the prochiral center. It is very clear that two protons are diastereotopic because you just put a concept of that which I have explained during previous slides of diastereotopic, that nearby chiral center is present. By replacing any one hydrogen result in another chiral center, then you will calculate the configuration. Then you can see that the two protons are diastereotopic. Similarly, this is another compound. Now if you are given a compound, first of all you have to search, identify the chiral center. This is the chiral center, this is chiral center, this is prochiral center. Now again, replacement of any proton result in diastereomers. That is why the two protons are diastereotopics. These all are for you. I have explained three compounds. Rest of the compounds like here G, H, I and M and O. In all protons you have to replace any one proton with X and just build a relationship of the product, and then you can calculate whether the compounds are atoms are heterotopic or diastereotopic. There are another. These are other compounds. You have to do practice. When you will do practice, then you will easily observe that identify the protons are diastereotopic or heterotopic. Here it needs concept which has been built in the lectures of enantiotopic and diastereotopic and homotopic and heterotopic. This is the two benzylic hydrogen H and HB in the compounds like this. HHB, and this is the second structure. Now you can calculate whether the two protons are homotopic, anisotropic, or diastereotopic. If you can see that the proton H and HB, they are in the same phase, same site, then the protons are anisotropic. Because here this is cis and this is transform, here the two protons are not equivalent, because here is alpha and this is beta methyl, this is the chiral center. That is why HA and HB are diastereotopic. One diastereotopic in 1 and anisotropic in 2, diastereotopic in 2 and anisotropic in 1, diastereotopic in both 1 and 2, anisotropic in both 1 and 2. Now you have to give that there is anisotropic, the anisotropics are in 1 and diastereotopic in 2. 2 is the best option, because such type of question can be asked you in the exam as well, that the equivalent atom of carbon adjacent chiral center than in anisotropics. This is the simplest exercise which I have given you, that how you will do and solve the question when you will be given MCQs in the paper. Topicity, homotopic, anisotropic, and diastereotopic. If two groups cannot be interconverted by a symmetry operation, they are expected to be different. This principle is applicable not just to molecules in their entirety, but is also applicable to groups, regions within the molecules. When groups can be interconverted by means of symmetry operation, then they are chemically identical. Yet depending on the nature of the symmetry operation, they can act differently. When identical groups or atoms are in equivalent environment, they are said to be heterotopic. They can be either constitutionally heterotopic or stereoheterotopic. Constitutionally heterotopic means connectivity of the groups or atoms in different in the molecule. Stereoheterotopic, groups or atoms have different stereochemical relationship in the molecule. Homotopic, groups atoms are interconvertible through a CN operation. CH2 in propane is an example. Then topicity, homotopic, anisotropic, and diastereotopic. Diastereotopic, special case of stereoheterotopic, absence of symmetry operation that result in two otherwise identical atoms, groups such as protons being interconverted. The molecule that already contain at least one defined stereogenic center. This is the very clear concept, that example the proton on C3 of the 2-butanol. This is chiral center, thereby that the two proton must be diastereotopic. In anisotropic, special case of stereotopic, two atoms, groups that are equivalent sorry, based on symmetry element mirrors plane, but this is equivalent is destroyed by the presence of a chiral influence. In the absence of a chiral influence element, the groups are equivalent. Now you can see that by replacing any one, it can result in the formation of enantiomers, that the two protons are anisotropic. The topicity becomes important when dealing with trigonal centers such as carbonyl and alkene. The faces of the trigonal centers can be anisotropic or diastereotopic. Again, homotopic, anisotropic, and diastereotopic. Diastereotopic protons are non-equivalent. There is no symmetry operation that can convert one to other. Also no rotation. Example 1,2-propanediol. Replacing one of them by D would give diastereomers. They will always be in different chemical environment. They will have different chemical shift unless they are accidentally isochronous. As I have discussed, isochronous means they have same chemical shift value. This is the Newman projection diagram. This diagram usually help us in identifying the environment of the protons. You can see that this proton is near to methyl and this proton near to hydroxyl. and these protons are away from the hydroxyl and methyl. That is why this is the chemical shift average x1, and this x I mean weighing or mole fraction of each rotamers. Normally sigma a is not equal to sigma b, even if x1 is equal to x2, x2 is x3, and x3 is equal to 1 upon 3. This is actually, yeah, they are showing that how we can calculate the isochronous. Sometimes we draw Newman projection and we saw the environment of the proton, कि इसमें प्रोटॉन का एनवायरनमेंट देखना होता है कि प्रोटॉन किसके करीब है. यहाँ पे देखें ये मेथल के करीब है, यहाँ पे देखें हाइड्रोक्सिल करीब है, यहाँ पे ये वाला प्रोटॉन इस हाइड्रोक्सिल के इतने करीब नहीं है. बट means on the basis of environment we just draw the Newman projection and we set a relationship that whether the proton can be homotopic, anisotropic or diastereotopic. Topacity pro or pro s and re and psi phases describing tetrahedral carbon atom. It is useful to be able to identify anisotropic hydrogens. If replacement of an hydrogen with a D would result in an R stereogenic center, then it is denoted as pro R. अगर आपको कोई कंपाउंड दिया गया है उसमें प्रो कैरल सेंटर था और जब हमने उस R को रिप्लेस किया, किसी ग्रुप को हाइड्रोजन को रिप्लेस किया, किसी एटम ड्यूटियम के साथ रिप्लेस किया, और हमें जो मिला है वो जो उसकी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन जो कैरल सेंटर जिन्हें वो R है, तो फिर हम ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस वी से दैट ये प्रो R होगा. इफ रिप्लेसमेंट ऑफ a hydrogen with D would result in an S stereogenic center, then it is denoted as pro S. अगर हमने हाइड्रोजन को रिप्लेस किया with the D और हमें क्या मिला, result in S stereogenic center, जो कैरल सेंटर हमें मिला है, the configuration of the chiral center is S, then we say that it is pro S. The pro chiral center can be given, can be called pro R or pro S and re or psi. A carbon atom with an anisotropic hydrogen is said to be a pro chiral center. A carbon atom with an anisotropic hydrogen is said to be a. It is very very clear कि अगर कोई इनअनिसोटोपिक हाइड्रोजन है उसको रिप्लेस करेंगे और एक कैरल सेंटर जनरेट होगा तो हम उसको करेंगे वो प्रो कैरल सेंटर है, because replacement of any atom result in the generation of a chiral center, result in the generation of a chiral center. In anisotropic group need not be hydrogen, thus pro R S not limited to hydrogens. ये सिर्फ मतलब ये नहीं कि आप हाइड्रोजन तक इसको लिमिट कर दें, अदर ग्रुप्स ब्रोमीन क्लोरीन भी हो सकते हैं. Describing trigonal planar faces, re if priority of the substituents are in a clockwise direction. ये होता है ज़्यादातर हम जो ड्रा करते हैं, मैं आपको यहाँ पे ड्रा करके दिखाता हूँ. ये कार्बोनिल है, ये R1 है और ये R2 है. हम देखते हैं प्रायोरिटी किसकी, सपोज टू बी इसकी 1 है और इसको 2 कहेंगे, इसको 3 कहेंगे, और इसकी डायरेक्शन चेक करें ये कौन सी डायरेक्शन है, क्लॉकवाइज है काउंटर क्लॉकवाइज है. ये जो डायरेक्शन नजर आ रही है आपको, तो ऑन द बेसिस डायरेक्शन वी से दैट दिस इज री फेज इफ इट इज क्लॉकवाइज. अगर ये डायरेक्शन ये 1 हो और ये 2 हो और ये 3 हो और ये डायरेक्शन ऐसे आए तो ये होगी साई फेस काउंटर क्लॉकवाइज. मींस जो डायरेक्शन आपकी ये वाली है ये क्या है, री फेस है इसकी, और ये इसकी क्या है, साई फेस है, ये इसकी साई फेस है. ये डिपेंड करता है ऑन द दिस सब्स्टिट्यूएंट्स, इन सब्स्टिट्यूएंट को डिपेंड करता है. CIP रूल के मुताबिक हम इसको वही नेमिंग देते हैं कि जिसका ग्रुप नंबर ज़्यादा होगा, जिसका वो एटॉमिक नंबर ज़्यादा होगा, हम उस स्पेस पे इसको प्रायोरिटी देते हैं. देन ये दिस इफ द प्रायोरिटी ऑफ द सबस्टेंस आर इन अ काउंटर क्लॉक डायरेक्शन, देन इज कॉल्ड साई फेज. आवाज़ आ रही है? कैन यू? Furthermore, these are the NMR signals. Here you can see that homotopic, enantiotopic, diastereotopic, methylene, homotopic, enantiotopic, and diastereotopics. You are getting acar solvent and car solvents, and you are getting different peaks in both solvents, as I have shown you that different solvents give different peaks due to their interaction, the molecule with the compounds present in the molecule. These are some examples. You have to identify either the two protons are non-enantiotopic, diastereotopic, or homotopic. This is another exercise in which you have to identify the phases as well as the enantiotopic and diastereotopic relationship. This was all about our 27th lecture. Tomorrow we will discuss 28th lecture. Okay, Allah Hafiz.